How good is Shohei Ohtani? He's the GOAT. Why is he so good? The explanation is bigger than baseball. Welcome to Game on Brain, sponsored by OnlineCashUp.com. If you've got game on your brain, why not get paid for it? Sports is a multi-billion-dollar business, and there's plenty of money to go around for everyone, not just the players. Whether you're a fanatic, a fan, or simply an occasional viewer, corporations want to know what you think to keep their finger on the pulse of the marketplace. And they're willing to pay for that privilege. So if you're not shy about sharing your opinion on sports and other topics, visit gameandbrain.com/opinions and grab your piece of the pie. While these reenactment stories may be based on true events, any resemblance to a celebrity or public figure is purely coincidental. Any attempts at legal action will be met with non-payment. You know, when I first heard about this Japanese kid coming to MLB, I thought it was just another one of those next big thing stories. You remember those, right? Like when we were told that Tim Lincecum was going to revolutionize pitching. He did, but only for a hot minute. Or when we all got excited about that Cuban guy. What's his name? Yasiel something? Yeah, him. But let me tell you something. Shohei Ohtani isn't just another flash in the pan. This guy's making baseball history faster than you can say. What the hell just happened? Now, I gotta warn you, this story gets wild. We're talking about a player who makes Babe Ruth look like he was playing t-ball. Remember Ruth? The guy everyone calls the greatest ever? Well, buckle up, because what Ohtani's doing makes Ruth's two-way gig look like child's play. And I'm not just talking about the numbers, though those will blow your mind too. I'm talking about redefining what's possible in professional sports. But here's the kicker, and this is where it gets really interesting. Ohtani's impact extends way beyond the diamond. The way he carries himself, interacts with fans, and gives back to communities, it's like watching a superhero movie where the hero actually exists in real life. And trust me, by the time you finish reading this, you'll be wondering how the hell he finds time to sleep. The evolution of greatness, from two-way wonder to unstoppable force. Let's break it down, shall we? When Ohtani first showed up, people were like, oh cool, another pitcher who can hit a little. But no. This cat came out swinging, literally, and dealing heat like nobody's business. He wasn't just good at both. He was stupid good. Like, make every other player look like they're playing a different sport good. The numbers started piling up so fast that statisticians had to invent new categories just to keep track. Here's where it gets nuts. 50 home runs and 50 stolen bases in the same season? Are you kidding me? That's like trying to dunk on Shaq while sinking three-pointers from half court. Other players have come close to these kind of numbers, sure, but Ohtani didn't just clear the bar. He launched it into orbit. Barry Bonds? Alex Rodriguez? Those guys were amazing, but they couldn't touch what Ohtani's doing. It's like comparing a tricycle to a spaceship. And get this, he did it all while carrying himself with the kind of grace and humility that makes you want to punch other athletes in the face for being such jerks. There he was hitting walk-off grand slams and stealing bases like it was nothing, while other players are celebrating routine singles like they just won the lottery. The night he hit number 50 of both, that wasn't just a game. That was a religious experience for baseball fans everywhere. But here's what really blows my mind. We're watching history unfold in real time, and most people don't even realize it yet. Future generations will talk about pre-Ohtani and post-Ohtani baseball the way we talk about before and after sliced bread. He didn't just raise the bar. He built an entirely new stadium around it. Beyond the numbers, the human side of greatness. Now, let's talk about something that'll really bake your noodle. This guy doesn't just dominate on the field. He's out here being a better human being than most of us could ever hope to be. Remember that time he visited the firefighters in Pacific Palisades? While most athletes would have just sent a fruit basket and called it a day, Ohtani shows up, climbs into a fire truck, and starts driving around like he's been doing it his whole life. Can you imagine the look on those firefighters' faces? It's like Santa Claus showed up, but instead of toys, he brought actual superhuman abilities. Here's where it gets really interesting. During that visit, something unexpected happened. While everyone was focused on the big check presentation, and yes, $350,000 is nothing to sneeze at, Ohtani quietly slipped away to meet some of the families affected by recent fires. No cameras, No press release, just genuine human connection. One firefighter told me later that he spent nearly an hour listening to a young boy who'd lost everything in a fire, showing more empathy than most trained counselors could muster. But wait, it gets better. Turns out Ohtani's got this thing where he learns basic phrases in every language spoken by his teammates. Not just hello and thank you. We're talking about complex sentences about family and food. The Dodgers clubhouse has become this United Nations of baseball, and Ohtani's the unofficial ambassador. Players have said it's changed the whole dynamic of the team. Like they're not just co-workers anymore, but actual friends who understand each other on a deeper level. What's fascinating is how he manages to balance this generosity with his insane training regimen. Most players need their off days to recover, but Ohtani's out here building community centers and organizing youth clinics. It's like he's found some secret cheat code for life that lets him operate on multiple levels simultaneously. And the craziest part? He makes it all look effortless. The anatomy of greatness. What sets Ohtani apart? Let's cut through the BS and talk about what really separates Ohtani from every other player who's ever laced up cleats. First off, forget about the obvious stuff. Yeah, he throws 100 miles per hour and hits balls into orbit. Every generation has its power pitchers and sluggers. What makes Ohtani special is how he combines these skills with an almost supernatural ability to read situations. It's like he's playing chess while everyone else is stuck on checkers. Take that 50-50 night, for instance. Most players would have been content to just reach the milestone and call it a day. But no, Ohtani decided to make it rain records. 6 hits, 10 RBIs, and enough statistical anomalies to make sabermetricians question their entire existence. The way he adjusted his approach throughout the game, switching between power hitter and speed demon like flipping a switch, that's not normal. That's video game stuff happening in real life. But here's what really fries my brain. Despite all this greatness, Ohtani remains completely unbothered by the hype. While other stars are out here flexing on Instagram or demanding trades to bigger markets, he's over here perfecting his slider and learning Spanish conjugations. It's like he's playing a completely different sport than everyone else, one where ego and arrogance are automatic outs. What's even crazier is how he's managed to maintain this level of excellence while dealing with injuries that would sideline lesser players. Remember that elbow issue? Most guys would have used that as an excuse to take it easy, maybe focus on just hitting or pitching. Not Ohtani. He treated it like a minor inconvenience and proceeded to rewrite the record books anyway. It's like he's discovered some secret sauce for performance that science hasn't caught up with yet. The legacy effect. How Ohtani changes everything. Now let's talk about the elephant in the room. What happens when your definition of greatness gets completely rewritten? MLB front offices are already scrambling to figure out how to build teams around Ohtani-like players, except there aren't any Ohtani-like players. College scouts are suddenly looking at two-way prospects differently, realizing they might have been sleeping on the next revolution in baseball. Hell, Little League coaches are probably out there trying to teach 9-year-olds how to throw 95 miles per hour and hit moonshots simultaneously. But here's the real kicker. Ohtani's influence extends far beyond baseball strategy. His success has opened up conversations about athlete compensation, contract structures, and even how we measure value in sports. When you can do what he does, suddenly those traditional metrics start looking pretty damn silly. It's like trying to use a ruler to measure the Grand Canyon. The scale just doesn't work anymore. And let's not forget the cultural impact. In a world where sports often divide along racial and national lines, Ohtani's bridging gaps faster than a well-executed double play. Japanese fans are suddenly following MLB like never before, while American fans are developing an appreciation for NPB that goes beyond just knowing Ichiro's stats. It's like he's created this global baseball melting pot where everyone's welcome at the table. But perhaps the most significant change is happening in how we think about athletic potential. Before Ohtani, we were comfortable putting players in boxes: pitcher, hitter, speedster, power guy. Now, all bets are off. Young athletes are growing up seeing what's possible when you refuse to be categorized. and that's going to create ripples across all sport for generations to come. The future of greatness. Where do we go from here? So now comes the million-dollar question. What's next for this freak of nature? Will he continue to push boundaries until he breaks the space-time continuum of baseball achievement? Or will the weight of being literally unprecedented finally catch up to him? Here's what keeps me up at night. If Ohtani can do what he's done so far while still figuring things out, what happens when he reaches his absolute peak? It's like watching someone learn to drive a Ferrari while already traveling at 200 miles per hour. But here's the really intriguing part. How does baseball evolve to accommodate or attempt to contain this level of greatness? We're already seeing whispers about rule changes specifically designed to level the playing field against Ohtani. Pitch clocks adjusted, defensive shifts modified, even discussions about separate designated hitter rules. All because one player has forced the entire sport to reconsider its fundamental structure. What fascinates me most is how Ohtani's continued success will shape future generations of athletes. We're going to see kids growing up wanting to be not just pitchers or hitters, but complete packages. The specialization trend that's dominated sports development for decades might be facing its first real challenge since Title IX. And let's be honest, if Ohtani can pull this off, what excuse do the rest of us have for not pursuing our own versions of greatness? As we look ahead to whatever mind-blowing accomplishments await, one thing becomes crystal clear. We're witnessing something truly special. Whether you love baseball or couldn't care less about sports, you'd have to be dead inside not to appreciate what's unfolding before our eyes. So grab some popcorn and enjoy the show, because they definitely don't make them like Shohei Ohtani anymore. Mostly because they never made them like this in the first place. Thanks for keeping game on your brain. Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Now that you've heard our opinions, it's time to get paid for yours. Visit the online cash shop at gameonbrain.com/opinions and get your ass in the game.
Thanks for keeping game on your brain. Be sure to like, subscribe, and